Okay. So it's a Monday, and I have a handout here that is entitled How to Have Inner Peace. And, you know, with the chaos going on in the outer environment, sometimes to have a little different presentation or perspective can help. So there's some humor in this, and there's some good philosophy or spirituality. But I've had this since August 22nd of 2019. Wow, look at that, August. But he says, when everything seems to be working against you, and I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but I know I have, and as recently as a month ago. So we all get very frustrated sometimes. Like the guy in front of you is driving like an idiot. Your boss is being a jerk. Your partner isn't listening. And sometimes these all happen to you on the same day. What's the fix for this? One guy came up with a solution that deals with all of these problems and more. Albert Ellis was quite a character. He was controversial, outspoken, a bit of a rebel. In fact, the book he's most famous for was titled How to Stubbornly Refuse to Make Yourself Miserable About Anything, Yes, Anything. Clever, but a bit unprofessional, right? Here's the thing. According to a survey of psychologists, he was the second most influential psychotherapist ever. Sigmund Freud came in third. Interesting. Here's what Wikipedia says about his system. In general, and these are all capital letters, so it's an abbreviation. REBT is arguably one of the most investigated theories in the field of psychotherapy, and a large amount of clinical experience and a substantial body of modern psychological research have validated and substantiated many of REBT's theoretical assumptions on personality and psychotherapy. His stuff works. It's as simple as ABCD, quite literally, as you'll see as we proceed. So how can you never be frustrated again? And he breaks it down here. The tyranny of should. Let's cut to the chase, shall we? Here's what you need to take away from Ellis's work. You don't get frustrated because of events. You get frustrated because of your beliefs. And where did this idea start? Ancient philosophy, Stoicism. That's where Ellis found the concept, and then he proved it really worked via how to stubbornly refuse to make yourself miserable about anything. Yes, anything. If you understand how you upset yourself by slipping into irrational shoulds, oughts, demands, and commands, unconsciously sneaking them into your thinking, you can just about always stop disturbing yourself about anything. Say you're stuck in traffic and that makes you angry, right? Wrong. Traffic happens, but you think it shouldn't happen to you. And the thing that's making you miserable is that word should. Here's an example. I say, this headache remedy probably won't work, but give it a shot. So you try it and it doesn't work. You're not frustrated. Okay, same situation, but I say, this always works, and it fails. Now you're annoyed. What changed? Your expectation. Or you tell a 5-year-old to stop yelling. They don't listen. You don't get that bothered. After all, the kid is 5. But if you tell me to stop yelling and I don't listen, you get angry. What's different? Eric should stop. He's an adult. Again, nothing changed but your belief. Pretty straightforward, right? But that leads to a question. How do you change your beliefs? Ellis has an answer. The universe is not taking orders from you. And he has in parentheses, sorry. It's as simple as A, B, C, D, really. A is adversity. Traffic is awful. B is your beliefs, and often they're irrational. This shouldn't be happening to me. Well, guess what, Bubba? It's happening. C is consequences. You get angry, frustrated, or depressed. In very few cases, you can change A, but you can change B, and that will change C. So let's bring in the 4th letter, D. Dispute your irrational beliefs. Wait a second. When did the universe guarantee me a trouble-free existence? It didn't. Traffic has happened before, it will happen again, and I will survive. Look for beliefs that hold the words should, ought, or must. That's where the problems lie. You're allowed to wish, want, and desire. Nobody is saying you need to be an emotionless lump. Via how to stubbornly refuse to make yourself miserable about anything. Yes, anything. Quote, I would very much like or prefer to have success, approval, or comfort, and then end with the conclusion, but I don't have to have it. I won't die without it. And I could be happy, though not as happy, without it. But you can't demand the universe bend to your will. That's where the frustration and anger creep in, because that godlike insistence isn't rational. Via how to stubbornly refuse to make yourself miserable about anything. Yes, anything. When you insist, however, that you always must have or do something, you often think in this way. Because I would very much like or prefer to have success, approval, or pleasure, I absolutely, under practically all conditions, must have it. And if I don't get it as I completely must, it's awful. I can't stand it. I am an inferior person for not arranging to get it, and the world is a horrible place for not giving me what I must have. I am sure that I'll never get it, and therefore I can't be happy at all. When you're angry, frustrated, or depressed, look for those irrational beliefs. People should treat me kindly and fairly all the time. Sound rational? Hardly. I ought to succeed at this. If I don't, I'm a failure and a loser. Really? This person must love me back or I'll die. No, 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 you won't. Via how to stubbornly refuse to make yourself miserable about anything. Yes, anything. What were you anxious or over concerned about? Meeting new people, doing well at work, winning the approval of a person you liked, passing a test or a course, doing well at a job interview, winning a game of tennis or chess, getting into a good school, learning that you have a serious disease, being treated unfairly. Look for your command or demand for success or approval that was creating your anxiety or over concern. What was your should, ought, or must? Is disputing your irrational beliefs going to immediately change everything? No. But when you start disputing, you'll see that your expectations aren't in line with reality. And with a little work, those expectations will start to change. So in summary, it's as simple as A, B, C, D. Next time you're turning red and clenching your fists, give this a shot. A is adversity, like traffic, sorry. No genie can let you wish it away. B is beliefs. Look for beliefs with these troublesome words: should, ought, and must. Traffic shouldn't be this bad, not rational. Traffic is what it is, sorry. C is consequences. You banging the steering wheel with your fist and sending your blood pressure into the stratosphere. D is dispute. Are you demanding the universe and everyone bend to your wishes? Is that rational? No way. You can want, you can wish, and you can definitely try your best in the future, but you cannot demand if you want to stay happy and sane. Life is not perfect. People aren't perfect. You, dear reader, are not perfect. What? And that's okay. But having beliefs that any of these things should be the way you want causes you a lot of unnecessary suffering. Many of your irrational beliefs are not immediately obvious. Sometimes you'll have to dig to find them. And you'll need to dispute them a fair amount before new reasonable beliefs kick in. But you can definitely make progress. What did Epictetus, the great Stoic philosopher, say way back in the 1st century AD? People are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them. What did Shakespeare write in Hamlet? There's nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. How about the Buddha? We are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world. Rarely can you change the world, but you can always change your thoughts. And that can make you very happy. So I think of this in relation to yoga and yoga poses and practice. And, you know, yes, we should meditate every day. Yes, we should practice yoga every day. But there's the shoulds. You hear the shoulds? I should meditate every day. I should practice yoga every day. I should be able to do this pose better than the way it looks on the screen. So there's where we can relate it in our yoga practice, and what happens in our yoga practice goes out into the world with us. So now we'll center a little bit and then start some yoga and just kind of keep those shoulds and ought tos in mind. And then maybe, just maybe, it'll be an avenue to a little more happiness. And Confi is here to assist us. Yeah. So, oh, I left my clock upstairs in my bag from teaching out at the studio. So come see me. Come see me. All right. So sit tall now, if you would, and whoops. Allow yourself to erase your thoughts or your belief systems. Maybe use the visual of a chalkboard and erasing it and forming a new clear blank chalkboard or screen on the computer or notepad. And just see how that feels. And allow the imagery to fall away and bring your focus to your breath and notice your rhythm. Is your breath deep or shallow? Once again, notice your thoughts. Are there issues that are creeping in? That happens sometimes when we are working to meditate and still the mind, or at least calm the mind. Sometimes those thoughts just crop up. I used to keep a pad and paper next to me, and then when I would try to meditate, sometimes I'd remember, oh, I have to stop at the grocery store. So I would just write it down. So it's not in my mind, it's on paper outside of me. And then eventually there's nothing left in there but calm, peacefulness. Now check in with your physical body. And see if you're holding anywhere tightly. Sometimes we kind of clench in the jaw or pull our shoulders up like earrings to our ears. Now just bring both hands out to your sides and just with the index finger and the second finger, like a Cub Scout salute, just bring your fingertips onto the mat or the floor beside you, grounding into the earth using the Bu Mudra. Connecting with earth and balancing our root chakra through the mudra. And then we'll just bring palms together in front of our heart and 3 deep breaths circling around to attune to our breath. So we move with the breath. Also helps to clear our energy field. All right. And then we'll start with a snake sway, just hands on your knees. Start with moving your hips over to one side and then rolling through your spine, moving like seaweed in the ocean, side to side, loosening up, releasing tension. And let's bring our arms to it. So arm up next to your ear, breathe, lift up, other arm over to the other side. and look towards, deepening your stretch, your bend, pulling away from the hip, up and over, stretch. Once more to each side and coming up and over. Now bring your arm down onto the floor. It'd be your left arm, I believe. And open the shoulders, look up. And a couple circles each direction in your arm. Just take it around. Don't hit the cat. And come around the other way. Oh, it feels so good to open that shoulder. Let any tension spill out. All right, now we'll press over to the other side. If you'd like, you can switch your feet as well, just for balance. Breathe it up and over and stretch. Open the heart center, lift it up and circle around. Confi's helping me here, my feline assistant. And reverse. Come back around. Open that shoulder. All right. And then back to center. All right. So just unfold your legs. Take them out and shake them out. And some windshield wipers. And circle around in your ankles. So we're stretched out and strengthened for our standing poses, which we're getting ready to do. And then flex, sit tall in Dandasana, open the shoulders, and then point your toes and flex, and point and flex. Very good. All right, now coming up into standing. We'll just get used to being upright. Separate your feet and we'll come into a standing twist. Nothing exotic to start with. Be sure to lift the outside heel so that you don't twist your knee. And then we'll slow it down and come back. Now you might want to turn sideways on your mat. Just step out into 5-pointed star. Oh, feel what it's like to be open in 5-pointed star. I used to have a ballet teacher that also did yoga, and she said it's impossible to feel closed when you have your arms open. All right. So let's just turn your left leg out. The right heel goes out, and we'll bend our knees and loosen up in vinyasa. Breathe your deep breath out into warrior two. Good. And just kind of explore your hips. Press that knee open over the center line of your left foot. And just bring your left hand down onto that knee and come over for a moment. Breathe it up and go to the back. Loosening up in the waist and hips. Forward once again. Breathe. And to the back. All right, just hold there for a few breaths. Open towards the ceiling. There we go. And then come forward, passing through warrior two, and then coming down with the forearm on the thigh and your right arm next to your ear. Open the shoulders and the hips. And if you're ready, deepen your pose. And then reaching out with your right arm, coming back up into warrior two. Breathe the knee in, a little wiggle in your hips. Take a deep breath. And reach out over that front leg. Just go a little ways and then come back in. Lean back and forward. A little further. Pull back. And forward. Feel how you're pressing down in that front hip joint. Just continue on. Open the shoulders. Nice straight spine here. And then switch your arms for Trikonasana. Relax down. So you're stretching that front leg and you're pressing down in the front hip joint. And breathe, reach it up. I'm just going to switch our feet to the other side. Centered on my mat here. Little wiggle in the hips. Take in your breath and breathe out. Breathe in. All right, now breathe the arms up, going to the back. Breathe out, back to center. Breathe in, lift. And back. And breathe. Once more to the back. Reach up and over. And breathe up. And come into modified lateral angle. Reach on the diagonal. Open the chest and the hips. The front knee, look up. And then come back into warrior two. And draw the knee in. Another little wiggle, just loosen up, maybe a couple circles. Okay, now breathe out over that leg and pull back. Breathe. and back. Breathe and continue on. Just going, pressing down in that hip joint. And switch your arms into Trikonasana. And then reach up, arms out in T position. Turn the toes in, heels out, and we'll come in for a forward fold. Breathe and breathe out as you hinge forward in the hips. Now bring your palms onto the mat or hold on to your ankles or feet, whatever works. Let your heels out, toes in. Tilt your tailbone upwards. Breathe, lengthen in your spine, and then come in a little closer. Now you can also, this is optional, if you like it, it's a nice feeling. Turn your fingertips to the back and slide, just inch your fingers back as you come into your stretch. Tilt your hips up, your tailbone up. And come down. Now, slide your hands forward. Spread out your fingers, press your palms firmly down, bend your knees, and hop into your plank pose. Lift into down dog. Now step your left foot forward into sun pose briefly. Lift your chin, stimulating your throat chakra. And then come onto your fingertips, lengthen up, press down in both feet and lift up into your warrior one. Arms overhead. Deepen your pose. Reach up and back. Good. Reach for the floor. Step back in down dog. And right foot forward, sun pose. Relax down. Such a delicious stretch. Beautiful. Okay, align. Come onto your fingertips, lengthen up in your spine. Press down on your feet, lift into your warrior one legs. Breathe, arms overhead. Reach up. Relax down. Up and back. And then reach fingers, palms to the floor. Step back into down dog. All right, just bring your right knee in. Come down onto that hip And draw your left leg around for a twist. Just reaching up through your crown, both sitting bones on the mat. Breathe. And just reach up through your left arm and draw around into your twist. So have you been hearing any shoulds here? I should be able to stretch further. I should be able to straighten my knee or keep my knee in alignment in warrior. I should be able to twist further in my twist here. And if I don't, I judge myself as not good enough. All right. Press the sitting bones down. Breathe your left arm up towards your ear and unwind. Pause for just a moment. Feel the sitting bones ground into the earth. Stable, grounded, protected to the very core of your being. And then just lean back and switch your legs around for your twist on the other side. And breathe through your right arm, reach it up and come around to the side. Excuse me. And come into your twist. All right. Now press down in your sitting bones and breathe your right arm next to your ear. And unwind, facing front. Pause for just a moment. Feel the centeredness and the grounding in your sit bones, your spine. All right. Stretch out your legs. Prepare for Savasana. And you can't do it wrong. Allow your body to sink and melt down into the floor, into the mat. Allow that chalkboard to be erased, clear. Spacious. Excuse me. Om Bhurбhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् Om Bhurбhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi धियो यो Prachodayat Om Bhurбhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi धियो यो Prachodayat Om Bhurбhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi धियो यो न Prachodayat Om Bhurбhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi धियो यो न Prachodayat Om Bhurбhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi धियो यो न Prachodayat Om. 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 Now become aware of your presence, your own presence and higher self. Feel the floor beneath you, just coming back and feeling this physical dimension. Hearing any sounds, feeling the air currents. Maybe you have a fan on or the AC. Feeling your breath. And just start to bring some wiggles into your fingers, your wrists, your feet and ankles. Maybe take your head side to side. Ah. Slide your feet together and lift your knees up to your chest. It's optional if you want to bring your head up to meet your knees for a stretch. Might feel good. There's no should or ought to. And then roll to one side and roll up into sitting. I'm going to suggest a mudra this time. Just bring your hands in front of you. This is the one for the third chakra, your empowerment, your courage. So the long fingers are placed fingertip to fingertip, and then the knuckles of the other fingers just fit together, touching, and the thumbs come down, and you'll probably see like the shape of a heart between your index fingers and your thumbs. And then just bring your thumbs to your solar plexus. And honor your own self-courage, your own desire for spiritual growth and connection to the source. Honor yourself and your journey and all that you've accomplished in this lifetime. And then bring palms in prayer hands. Our journey doesn't have to be a struggle. It doesn't have to be difficult. If we just kind of let go of some of those expectations, thinking we should or the world should, whatever that is for you. So we'll detach from all of that. So enjoy your week. Namaste, everybody. Thank you for being here. Hi, everybody. I hope you enjoyed our session tonight and that maybe you can check and see where you're having expectations. I know over time I've recognized that, and we can make ourselves miserable or we can make ourselves happy. So I hope you are truly happy and filled with joy and truly connected. So enjoy the rest of the week, and we'll see you back here soon. Please like, share, comment. I must say I have a company that I work with. It's supplements and personal care and cleaning products, collagen. It's now, this company is now #1 in e-commerce in the world. So these products are amazing. If you're interested in any of them, or if you're looking for some residual income, you know, you can make money while you're sleeping when you work with these companies, and this is the best one. So if you're interested in any of that, please send me a note in the comment section, or my email is michellestaryoga@gmail.com. I'm happy to hear from you, and we'll see how we can best serve you. Okay, so enjoy your yoga and we'll see you again. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.